Hello, my name is Eric Schaefer, and this video will introduce you to my vision, my mission, and my goals. These three often become intertwined, similar to the ethics paradigms. The mission will be the ideal, the vision will be the who, the what, the why, and the how, and then the goals will be my focus as an instructional leader. My mission is to prepare a community of learners by lighting a fire within students for lifelong learning and growth by providing a world-class education committed to excellence. My vision centers around the CIA, curriculum, instruction, and accountability. The curriculum is what do we want the students to learn. Instruction is what will we do if they already know it or if they didn't learn it. And then assessment, how will we know that they learned it. It's important for our curriculum to be rigorous and relevant. And it's also important for us to evaluate and ensure it's conducive to a world-class education in an ever-changing world. The instruction piece needs to be student-centered, focusing on engagement with critical thinking skills, and it's also vital that the teachers provide a safe learning environment that welcomes all students. Assessment is a driving force to determine our successfulness as a school and what needs enrichment. Accountability to the community with standardized tests is important, but classroom assessments will drive our instruction. This vision model represents the ethic of the profession. For me, the ethic of profession is that I have a responsibility and a moral obligation to lead all students and all teachers to the best of my ability, following a model that has proven to be effective. My first goal is having a student-centered focus and just really establishing this from within and establishing it with the culture. I think one way to establish this is just by building rapport with staff and students, and I also just think showing that ethic of care throughout every interaction with staff and students, and just knowing that it's not one big swift motion, but that it's just a lot of daily actions that happen and interactions that occur on a daily basis. I have a passionate commitment to helping kids and making a difference in their lives. I think this demonstrates a strong ethic of care. I believe that's the foundation for educational leaders, and I think it's the most important ethic. From the Shapiro and Stefkovich text, students are at the center of the educational process, need to be nurtured and encouraged along the way. This concept goes against the grain of those schools who have performance and achievement at the top of their goals.
He certainly has a commitment to children, and that's something that is evident in everything that he does. Though he had assignment with one child, it was very obvious that he was reaching out to all students and looking to make certain that our entire program grew. That's just one of the subtle things that you look for in leadership. Eric Schaefer is very organized. He's always looking for the broader view of things. He's a good writer. And I think he has a genuine interest in making strong programs.
The second goal for me is just being research-based and making data-driven decisions. I think this type of leadership focuses on making decisions that are best for students because they're proven methods, and just following trends and data, sorting through and varying approaches to learning, and just figuring out what's best for our school. This goal centers around the ethic of critique as you're sorting through methods and looking at trends and data and just figuring out what's going to work best for the students that I serve. The ethic of critique is important when dealing with student discipline, and I use the word discipline as opposed to punishment. I believe fair isn't always equal with students, and it's important to remember our goal through discipline is to change behavior and not punishment.
I think one of those that I talked about as a teacher is also a strength as an administrator that I often wish many administrators I work with could master this at the level you have, and that's the ability to not show a reaction. I don't know if some of the things that you've dealt with this year have gotten under your skin or bothered you because you don't show it. You don't show it to the student, so therefore he doesn't get that satisfaction of causing a rise, causing a commotion, which we both know. If he gets that, then things get worse for him. There are so many administrators that I wish I could make them understand that there is no need for a power struggle. You're not giving in, you're not losing.
My third goal is systemic approach. Again, part of the process is building that culture and knowing and educating staff that they all know that it's a team effort and having everyone on board is essential. And also just understanding that it takes more than a leader to establish change. And to paraphrase Fullen, it's not this big high horse or this leader who comes in, but rather 1,000 small ways of action in everyday behavior. This goal centers around the ethic of community, the community we serve, and also the community of staff. As Todd Whitaker wrote, it's not programs, it's people. The ethic of community really can be established through hiring and retaining great staff members and then training them up to be even better and then really focus on the talent. To paraphrase Furman, describing this ethics as moving away from heroic decision making to a distributive model, including involving the community as well as staff members.
Communication with the parent, the ability to connect with children. My son had extremely bad behavioral issues, and this is the first year that he actually wanted to come to school, that he's learning, and Mr. Schaefer is very non-judgmental, doesn't take anything personally, really connects with my son, a very patient, and it really takes a team to educate my son, and Mr. Schaefer has always been a great part of the team, and like I said, a very good communicator. Mr. Schaefer, to me, is one of those rare individuals that get along extremely well with adults, children, teachers, parents, and has done a phenomenal job with my son.
My fourth goal is to be a school with high expectations, being firm, fair, and consistent with all staff and students, and then decision making will be based on the ethic of care, profession, community, and critique. I'm going to paraphrase Todd Whitaker. Expectations will be clearly established, focused on the future, and consistently reinforced. Educational leadership happens to be my passion as well as my occupation. Management has gotten a bad rap and is a negative connotation within education, but in order for instructional leadership to occur, management will come first. This goal centers on the ethic of the profession. A good way to understand the ethics of the profession would be to look at codes or standards that are set out by the state as far as expectations go. To paraphrase from the Shapiro and Stefkovich book, this ethics is considered extremely important and complements the other paradigms. Thanks for viewing this video and seeing my ethical leadership in practice through these paradigms.